How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Prime Energon, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Walmart Edition Retro Autobot Bumblebee. Now, this is a figure based off of the Transformers, Earthrise, and all of those cartoons, but this is a cheaper version, and you can actually find this at Walmart right now for way cheaper than that Netflix version of this Bumblebee, so that is fantastic. Plastic's a little different, it's a little bit more thinner, but still a fantastic figure, and if you weren't able to get that Netflix version, this is a great option. So here we go for the packaging of this guy. So very nice old school Transformers packaging. We got Bumblebee on the front and his alt mode in the official Volkswagen B right there. So yeah, Autobot Bumblebee. Going on over to the back, some nice artwork of the old school Transformers. Very, very nice up here up top. Love this whole retro stuff. You do get an official licensed product from VW on the top, so that's fantastic. You get some specs right here of Bumblebee, barcode, and that is pretty much it for the packaging. Love this packaging. Brings back a lot of memories. So here we got Transformers, Autobot, Bumblebee, looking very Bumblebee. And yeah, if you weren't able to get that Netflix version, this is a great option to do so without having to break the budget. This guy is only $25 at Walmart, so this is a great option. So yeah, let's go ahead and take his little blaster out of the way and get started on this guy. So very nicely detailed, and I definitely like this version over the Studio Series 86, just because, I don't know, I just like the proportions of this guy. I like the alt mode a lot better than that Studio Series, and he just looks more Bumblebee. I just love it. Taking a look at the arms. Now, I know these are supposed to have black up top, yellow at the bottom, but they are all black. You get like a glossy painted black for the forearm right here. Plastic black up top. Taking a look at the chest, you get the Autobot symbol right there in the middle. A little bit of a reflective tint to it, so it looks quite nice. Windows are going to be painted black. And nice head sculpt. No light piping, unfortunately, but it is sculpted from front to back. Some nice silver for the face and for the eyes. Kind of wish the eyes had a little bit of a different color. They sort of just get lost in that silver, but it is what it is. Taking a look at the rest of the body. You get some black paint down here for the waist. Get this thing to focus. Taking a look at the Bumble legs. Some nice Bumble legs, black plastic. And then the feet are going to be alt mode feet, kind of like how they did that. And as far as the plastic goes, you could tell that it just has a little bit more of a flex to it. So it's not as thick as maybe the Netflix version is, but come on, it's really not that big of a deal. It's still a very solid figure. Doesn't feel cheap at all. You get your bumper right here, which is made out of a softer plastic. It's sort of like a rubbery plastic for the bumper. Taking a look at the back, now it is a parts former. You do get that nice little feature on the license plate. If I could zoom in right there. There you go, a little bit of silver for that license plate as well. And for red on the lights. Again, this bumper is going to be made out of softer plastic. And it is a shell former, so this does come off and you have to relocate it. So, oh, yeah, I know. A lot of people don't like shell formers, but it is what it is. And this is, like I said, based off the Cliff Jumpers mold. So there you go for that. So as far as articulation for this guy, let's move this down right there. So articulation, head is on the ball joint. Can look up that far and down that far, a little bit side to side, and can move all the way around. Arms can go all the way out, and then some. They can go all the way around. You get bicep rotation at the upper part. You get 90-degree bend at the bicep as well. You get some nice wrist rotation. So I wasn't expecting that. You get some waist rotation. So that's quite nice. Legs can kick all the way out. They can kick all the way back. And they can kick all the way front. You get some thigh rotation at this upper joint right there. And you get about 90 degrees bend at the leg. And you get a lot of ankle tiltage. Look at that. That's a lot of ankle tiltage. Now, it does look a little weird, but doesn't look as weird as the Studio Series 86 ankle tilt does. So that's quite nice. So yeah, and as far as his weapons go, so he does come with the same weapon that you would find with Cliff Jumper. It's sort of this three-piece bazooka type thing. You could unplug it, and yeah, all of this stuff comes apart, and it is again parts forming. So all of this stuff will form on the car quite awkwardly, and for me, I don't like it. I don't like this whole bazooka thing. I kind of wish you would have just came with a plain Jane blaster, but you can transform this into two blasters if you wanted to, and sort of have them like this. Take these pieces off, and just have them wielding two blasters like so, if you want to do that. But it does supposed to form this one big bazooka thing, which, like I said, I just don't like it. It's just awkward, and while it may look cool, it's just a lot for it is. One simple blaster would have done. You can give him Studio Series 86 Bumblebee if you want to be a little bit more accurate, but it is a little loose in his hand. You can see right there. So yeah, the peg, just a little bit too loose for him. It's a little bit better over here, but still a little bit loose for Studio Series 86 blaster. So quick size comparison. Here we got the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. They are both deluxe classes, obviously. And there you go for that. Let's go ahead and bring in the Studio Series Cliff Jumper. And again, these are the same exact mold. Well, pretty much almost the same mold. They are the same design, but different as far as when it comes down to the chest and the feet. But still, same transformation when it comes down to both of these guys. Here we got the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. A little bit more of a modern Bumblebee. Again, deluxe class. And there you go for size. So pretty good when it comes down with the size. This guy will be a little bit bigger. And finally, here we got my old school Bumblebee right here from Transformers Dark of the Moon, I believe. This is a very old school. As you can see, it's turned into a cheese color just because he is so darn old. But this is a deluxe class from back in, what, 2009? Yeah, this is the deluxe class back then. This is a deluxe class now. So there you go for that when it comes down to comparisons. So off to the transformation of this guy. So again, pretty simple when it comes down to that. So we're going to pretty much take off the backpack and flick this peg in. And you got that. Now we're going to just open up the chest and flip this panel out, which is going to cover his face. And then you could go ahead and close that back up. Now for the arms, we're going to bend them back, actually forward. And then now for the feet, you're going to open up this panel on the back. And you're going to flick these down. And then rotate the wheel. Flick these down. And then move the wheel off to the side. Now we can pretty much just combine these right down in the middle. And then right here in the middle, you get this rotation joint up in the body. That's where it's going to rotate. Not at the waist, but up here. And all of this is going to rotate around. Just like so. And then now we can bring the whole body forward. And this got disconnected. While you're doing that, you're going to want to move the arms back. And just go ahead and sandwich everything together. Move the arms back just like so. I did rotate the arms the other way. They're supposed to bend backwards. Backwards on the arms, guys. Backwards on the arms. And then now we can start tidying everything up and closing everything together and snapping everything shut. And the arms should look like this, with the fist facing the back. And that's going to be for these ports. They're going to slide into the fist and form the rear part of the car mode. Retro Bumblebee, and it's actually actual official Volkswagen mode. So this is very, very nice. Checking out the back again, those nice painted lights, Nice bumper. Silver on the rims. Looks really, really good. Here he is at the bottom. Taking a look at the front. Some nice silver for those headlights as well. Got a little bit of a scratch on this headlight. But it is okay. Taking a look at that bumper. Very simplistic. No paint at all. This is all going to be, well, other than this part, seems to be painted on black plastic. It looks like. No, it seems, maybe. This is a different tone. This is more of a darker yellow. This is more of a lighter yellow. But it works. It works. A little bit of paneling right there. Looks really good. He rolls around like pretty good as well. Wheels are mushroomed on. They're not pinned on, but still rolls around pretty well. So yeah, there you go for retro Autobot Bumblebee. Alright, so here we got some size comparisons between these guys. So here we got the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. Here we got the retro Autobot Bumblebee. Here we got the Studio Series Cliff Jumper, when it comes down to that. And the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. So yeah, there you go for size comparisons. And I definitely like the retro one just because he looks more like a bug. Volkswagen did their job and they licensed it officially. So yeah, definitely liking this version over this version, and I think it will replace it on my shelf rather than this guy. So there you go for the Transformers Autobot Retro Bumblebee. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. I will see you next time here on Prime Energon. Peace.